Mr. McCabe now whistles up the two captains. Captain from Leicester City. That's not the captain for Manchester City. Here comes on the right, David Nish, the youngster of 21 years of age. And coming up from the left, the youngster of, well, let's not mention how many years of age, Tony Book, who might well have been signed by Leicester City, but the fee was too high, so they settled for Peter Rodrigues. And that's a new 50 new pence piece, or new pennies piece, or whatever we're going to call them. You'll be able to use them in October. Well, we now get rid of the cameraman. We get rid of radio cameramen from television. We get rid of all sorts of stewards and officials. And we get down to what we've all come here for. Peter Shilton, who's been here before, but as a schoolboy. The other goalkeeper, Harry Dowd, was not in the first team last season, but he's worked his way into the first team this season. Leicester City in the white shorts. And so here in beautiful downtown Wembley, we're all set for the FA Cup final. 100,000 people, £128,000 receipts. A record for the FA Cup. Watches are checked. There's the ball. What it's all about. At the feet of Andy Lockhead. And Leicester kick off. The final, which so many people have said is a doddle for Manchester City. I've never known an FA Cup final be a doddle for anybody yet. Foul on Young, brought down by Davy Gibson. Number 10, Neil Young. Tall, elegant, very dangerous play. Doyle with the free kick. There's been a lot of rain on this pitch this morning. We had a torrential rainstorm earlier on. Number 4, Doyle. Then cross to Gibson. Leicester, the team that played very tight at the back. Manchester, the team with his sizzling attack. Inspired by that man Bell, now to Book. To Summerby. Manchester moving it about well. Bell. Doyle. Nish did the right thing. You don't take any risks in the opening minutes of a cup final. Manchester City really turning it on in these opening minutes. Doyle with the throw for them. No doubt Nish would have wished that to skid it round for a goal kick. Colin Bell, number 8. Summerby to Bell. Fern to Gibson. And Gibson chopped down from behind by Doyle. You'll never be able to make a fair tackle from behind. Number 10, Clark. Lockhead to Clark. Oh, this is Leicester buzzing now. Roberts to Fern. Corner kick. first corner of the match, and it goes to Leicester City. And in their first attack. Watch for Lockhead, number 9 in this situation. Dangerous man upstairs. Gibson. And a foul by Francis Lee. Oh, Gibson was given too much room then. And Rodriguez. Oh, Rodriguez almost caught the Manchester defence napping then. Oh, many people said this was going to be a great game, and it's been a great start. It's been out of play. The linesman is flagging a throw to Manchester City. David Nish really held his team together when they were under pressure in the first couple of minutes, and now they're counter-attacking. Lee to Young, now Summerby sticking to his spot on the wing. And Summerby, this could be a dangerous situation. Sensibly trying to hit it low into the box. 5 minutes gone, no score. Leicester City, remember, facing relegation, and the last cup finalists who were relegated were Manchester City in 1926. Coleman to take the corner for Manchester City. Coleman to Book. Carter, that's a quick ball. Oakes to Doyle. These two play so well together. Young. Doyle for Manchester City. And a corner kick. A goal kick, says the referee. Well, that's a lesson for me. You should never try and referee a cup final from upstairs in the commentary position. Peter Shilton. He's such a good goalkeeper that when he was only 17, Leicester decided they could afford to sell Gordon Banks. Young to 7, Summerby into Bell. Lee. This is the sort of stuff that won the league championship last season. Given far too much room to Summerby. Bell. And once again, did you notice? Coleman. And Young is there again. This boy Young is always buzzing around in this box. Number 10. There's Coleman in the background who hit it. Neil Young has been buzzing away, going forward all the time, always trying to get half an opportunity to strike. Obviously, Manchester City's plan is to pressurise Leicester right from the start, keep them running, keep them penned in their own half. Roberts. Beautiful running off the ball by Bell. Young is going down the middle again. Doyle out to Summerby. It was meant to be a 1-2. And then comes Young! He got into the box and he came out, and there was just that half chance and he was on it. Well, except for just about a couple of minutes spell, the pressure's been on Leicester all the time. Clark. Oh, will it put his captain in trouble then? And it's Lee now for Manchester City. Three ready by Summerby. Coleman! Oh, he hit that one so hurriedly he'll never forgive himself. Oh, but what a beautiful break that was by Manchester City. Great running by Summerby. Laid on that chance for Coleman. 10 minutes gone and no score. This is incidentally the 5th consecutive season these two teams have met in the Cup. The crowd really buzzing to this performance by Manchester City. And Gibson got a nasty bang then, collided with Oakes. It's his wrist, it's his left wrist that's gone. That's Davy Gibson. And certainly Leicester can ill afford to lose. Frank O'Fowler must be a worried man when he sees one of his players go down so soon. He's had so many injuries recently. Gibson, all right. Manchester players moving around so well, finding space for themselves. Roberts trying to gain a few yards. Carter. Relentless urge to attack by Manchester City. Of course, there is a danger when a team does this that they could leave themselves a little weak at the back and give Leicester a chance to counter-attack. Number 8, Bell. Oakes. This is beautiful to watch the way Manchester City are moving this ball around with incredible accuracy. Cross playing a great game in the Leicester defence. Lockhead. He's got nobody up with him. 4 men are hanging behind him, including Clark. Here's Clark, number 10, and Glover breaks. He's created space, a great move! Tremendous bit of football by Leicester. Glover moved and created the gap, through it, into which number 10, Clark, ran and shot. But what a save from Dow. That certainly stung his fingers. Reminder to anybody who thinks this cup final is going to be one-way traffic. Gibson with the corner. And Fern! Rodney Fern, the man who was told by his headmaster at school he'd never make a footballer. Joe Mercer must be a little worried the way he saw Leicester break that and almost create a goal. Oh, yes, he does look worried, doesn't he? That's what this dry mouth we've all got. Hello. I don't think that will do. A foul by Lockhead. Chances of a fair charge on the goalkeeper these days, almost nil. That was accidental hands, and that does not count. Gibson, Robertson's moved forward for Leicester. A beautiful one to Glover! And Gould there for Manchester City. That'll have to be a free kick. To Manchester City. This is building up into a real sizzler. Bell to Somerby, number 7. Bell. That's why they say Peter Shilton's one of the best young goalkeepers in the business. 15 glorious minutes gone. And we could have had 2 or 3 goals, but we haven't had any. Leicester, remember, in the white shorts. This is Nish, their captain. Somerby. Great one to Young. Oh, he had a chance to set himself up then. But then it's easier to say that from this distance. Fern, Gibson going down the right. Up comes Glover. To Roberts. Rodrigues coming up square of him. This is Rodrigues. But Manchester have got the men back now. Lockhead upset young Gould then. It's a corner kick. Andy Lockhead, such a dangerous player in the box. Corner to Leicester. Rodrigues. Peter Rodrigues, the Welsh international for Leicester. And nobody in this vast 100,000 crowd can say they haven't enjoyed the first 17 minutes or so of this FA Cup final. It's a free kick. Tackle from behind by cross on Somerby. Free kick to Manchester City. And this Clark coming back to cover in defence. The Leicester covering is magnificent. Clark. Gibson there with him. Oakes. Oakes has got Coleman on his left. Oh, a beautiful ball to Young. Oh, offside. Love it, offside. Well, Malcolm Allison, the Manchester City coach, sitting in the crowd. You see, he's not allowed to sit in the bench, so he's got right to the front row of the crowd, and he's shouting just as loudly as he ever does. Free kick to Manchester City. And a foul by Lee, just shouldered cross off it. Well, Lee didn't like that decision, but he'll just have to lump it. Clark to Glover. Roberts. Oh, beautiful football. Gibson is onside. Oh, look at it. Oh, no, Rodriguez. This is something I haven't seen from Leicester before. This man, Rodriguez, is coming up so often to get the tight situations in the penalty box. It's an extra forward. Well, Leicester have really got the crowd buzzing there. They've had the chances so far. Tony Book, the Manchester skipper. 20 minutes gone, no score. Joe Mercer still got that dry mouth. I wish somebody would give him a lozenge or a drink or something. Clark playing well, out to Glover. Clark, Fernan Lockheader in the middle, Gibson's overlapping on the left. Oh, no, that was never on. Len Glover misread that situation. Glover. Yes. Throw to Manchester City. That's debuting the former centre-half, now the Manchester City trainer. He's played in a cup final. He knows what it's all about. Free kick to Leicester, taken a wee bit too quickly and not from the right spot. Number 4, Roberts. Take the free kick, a good one to Nish. Clark calling for a high one into the box. Halfway through, a very fine first half, no score. First time we've seen Summerby moving inside, not being on this right touchline. And Summerby moved inside. It's Woolett with him. Summerby back to Young. It's there! Beautiful goal! Scored by Young. Made by Summerby. 23 minutes gone. The credit for that was Summerby. Scorer Young. And notice the persistence of number 7, Summerby. As he beat Woolett and then he pulls it back. And Young again in that perfect position and made no mistake with that shot. A brilliant goal after 23 minutes. Neil Young. And Joe Messer a lot happier.
Better now, of course. Good luck to you.
So it's 1-0 for Manchester City. Now Lockhead. A goal was bound to come with the sort of football we've been getting. The Manchester fans way over to our right, really letting go now. And Bell looks as if he's got a knock. Yes, Bell, number 8 of Manchester City. And on comes Dave Ewing, the man we saw a few moments ago, bawling out his orders.
On that goal, you were looking a much more relieved man now. How are you feeling?
Well, much better after that, but mind you, it was against run of play, I thought. They had a couple of chances, could have gone in, but Summerby's playing magnificent, and I think he made the goal. And of course, Neil Young, when he puts it on his left foot, it's just his chance.
Joe, how do you think the pitch is playing?
Well, the pitch will play all right, obviously, but, you know, it's Wembley, isn't it? You know, we expect the pitch, we knew the pitch would play all right.
OK, Joe, thanks a lot.
Bell is all right again now. Throw to Leicester City, and Clark was pushed by Doyle. And now brought down by Clark, went in very late with a tackle. It's Clark, who will be with Bell in the England team on the tour of South America. Lee. And again, did you notice that Young was the man going through there? Never seen a man so anxious for goals as number 10, Neil Young. The game he's playing, Young. But this is no cup final for bad players. Oakes. Owen Gibson on the break. Summerby coming after him. Nish. Great young player, this boy Nish. Clark is on the left. It's over the line. All the ball was over the line, and so therefore it's out of play. Well, the Leicester fans rather quiet at that end, all the noise coming from the Manchester fans. Summerby. Leicester now finding the struggle. Pretty hard one. A goal down, they've got a lot of leeway to make up. It's never easy to come from behind. Well, Shilton had no chance with the goal that went past him. Manchester City fans really cock a hoop now. 1 up they are. Lockhead. Oh, again, Lockhead almost catching City. Doyle, the man who gave away the corner. Good player, this Mick Doyle. Oh no, Lockhead, he committed a foul, so it's a free kick too. Manchester City. I don't know how the players are doing, but this crowd is so noisy, it's impossible for us to hear the referee's whistle. Lee, Doyle. And again it's Neil Young racing forward. Beaten by Cross. Manchester City buzzing around so well. Players are going to help each other. There's never one man left on his own. There's always someone there in support, whether he's going into the tackle or whether he's in possession. Summerby to Lee. A fight for that ball by Lee to Young. Up comes Pardo. Coleman, Pardo breaking. Pardo, number 3, played the ball and raced forward. So a quarter of an hour from half-time of a fine cup final. Manchester City leading by a goal scored by this chap, Neil Young. Doyle. Bell. Gibson with a bit of room. This is Fern. Leicester slow the momentum down a bit. Manchester trying to get back. Lockhead. Fern. Well, Leicester still playing it well. That's Fern. But Leicester playing it really in counter-attacks. Manchester City keeping up the constant pressure. Lee. Well inside him. One of the great attributes of Lee, when everyone expects a centre, he could unleash a fierce shot. Very hard shot indeed, Francis Lee. Dave Ewing still at it, still not content with one goal, he needs another. Foul by Summerby. The referee allowing these free kicks to be taken quickly. It's good that this should happen. That's why the game is never lagging at all. Gibson to Lockhead. And looked out of play, it is out of play, a throw in. Throw to Leicester. Foul by Clark. Referee right on the spot. Reluctant well to get that ball. He was under pressure from Lee. Glover To Clark, Lockhead. Play on, the referee saw that as a dive. Glover. Nish coming up on the left. Just trying to get that behind the defence for Clark to run onto. You see, Doyle had come there to help, got into space, and now Bell's done the same for Doyle. And Lee. It's out of play though, Lee took it out. Look at the tension, the grimness of a cup final. And that's for the team that's winning. What must it be like when you're losing 1-0? Young Booth to 11, Coleman. Young has gone onto the left wing. This is Young. Summerby and Lee in the middle. And Bell on the right. That is how Manchester are using the short ball so much to make certain they'll retain possession. Oakes to Booth, Pardo on the left. Coleman. Coleman's all right. Roberts. His incessant attacking of Manchester. He's being forced to play more on the defensive than he'd like to. 10 minutes from half-time. Leicester in the white shorts, a goal down to Manchester City. Lockhead. It's gone a bit far, and out comes Oakes. Oakes, a beautiful one to Bell. Young. Pardo, the number 3. Coleman. Up goes Bell. And Shilton as confident as ever. What a good clearance too. It's already Summerby's back challenging. This is where Manchester have the edge. Number 10, Clark. Willett, I think, got in across his way then. I think the number 5, Alan Willett, he'd much rather have the roving commission he had in the semi-final. Doyle, always someone of City in space, and whoops, there's Young. And a corner. The linesman is flagging. Anyway, Young was offside. But I don't care whether he was offside or not. Isn't it marvellous to see a player... He has got a bit of an injury to his leg, but isn't it marvellous to see a player who wants the ball so much, who wants to attack so much? You've seen him all through this match, looking for the gap and darting into it.
How do you think the game is going now?
Well, I think up till the time they scored, we had an equal share of the game. We had 2 half chances we didn't take. They had already missed one. Coleman missed one. And Summerby did well to lay on the chance for Young. Since then, of course, they've taken the initiative a little bit, but we're still well in with a chance.
And Young all right, having moistened his mouth a bit. Fine, it's a free kick then for Leicester City, for offside. Clark to Fern. Glover going over to help Fern, created a diversion. City fight for the ball. They've got so much determination to go with their skill. And that was a foul by Nish. He never had much chance of getting number 8, Bell. Mr. McCabe just having a quiet word with Nish. So many good individual players on this Manchester team, and they blend together so well as an outfit as well. Number 4, Doyle, with the free kick. Coleman. Young. In goes Bell. Shilton signalling Glover to make ground and get the ball away from the goal mouth. Goal has done a great deal for Manchester City. It's not only put them ahead in the score, but it's given them an edge in the match now. Number 4, Mick Doyle with the throw. At the moment, Leicester making too many bad passes. A great one from Coleman to Pardo for Manchester. Well, you can do that sort of cheat, can't you, when you're winning? Third for Leicester. We got a good rebound. There's determination for you. Gibson's there with him. This is Gibson. Leicester City are quick to hurry and harry and force the opposition into mistakes. About a couple of minutes injury time, so we may have about 7 minutes to go on the referee's watch. Lee's got onto the right wing. Bell, who's reveling in this Wembley surrounding, the big occasion. Number 9, Lee. Summerby. He's having a great match too. Doyle not hurrying things. Only a fool hurries around in a cup final. This corner kick to Manchester City, who are keeping up this pressure, and young Tommy Booth is coming up for this corner. Number 5, the man who got the goal in the semi-final against Everton. Shilton, bag full of confidence, this youngster, Shilton. Lockhead. Into Fern. Now to Gibson, Lockhead in the middle, Glover's in the middle, oh, Gibson. Well, Gibson knows what he did wrong. He was horrified at that. Note. Oh, it's a great long one it is. Summerby versus Cross. Noticeable that Dowd in the Manchester goal has put on his gloves, so he must feel that ball is a bit greasy. Nish. That's a beautiful one for Lockhead. Oh, this man Bell finds oceans of space. He finds space that doesn't even exist. To Lee. They'll never give up, these Manchester City fellows, and Lee gets a corner. Lee got a bit of a knock then, painful knock, a couple of minutes from half-time. This really is the most exciting attack in the First Division, this Manchester City attack. That's Francis Lee. Dave Ewing coming on, the trainer, to have another look, to have a look at him. Tremendous determination Manchester City players have. Joe, oh, he's looking happier now, Joe Mercer, isn't he? You remember earlier on he was looking a bit worried and dry of the mouth, but still a wee bit dry. He knows that one goal is not enough. Oh, what a bad corner by Coleman. Goal kick to Leicester. The previous 4 meetings between these two clubs in the Cup ended Manchester City winning twice, Leicester winning twice. So this really is the rubber match. And the big one in the final. Offside lead. The referee rightly allowing play to go on because Leicester are in possession. Throw to Manchester. Boy Booth, 18 years of age, doing very well. Oh, a bad one from Pardo, and it's a free kick to Manchester City. Mr. McCabe saw something wrong. 45 minutes are up. We're playing the time added on for injuries. Wallet is a bit lucky to get there. What a bad one! Right, Young, up comes Coleman. The Leicester defence is beginning to sway a bit under this pressure, not looking as solid as it has done all this season. The whistle goes for the end of the first half. Manchester City leading 1-0, and the crowd rise to these players who've given us such fine entertainment in the first half. The goal was scored by this fellow Neil Young, who's played so well. In fact, I can't really feel there have been any failures in this match. It's been such an entertaining first half. Manchester City deserved to be in the lead. I thought Leicester just as good as them until the goal, and then City have really been on top. The players go off. Behind Young is Rodriguez. And I wonder how many are going to get tied up with the combined bands of the Grenadier, Coldstream, Irish and Welsh Guards. And so, half-time score, Manchester City in the lead by 1-0. The goal scored by Neil Young. So we had a magnificent first half of football, a magnificent half-time display of marching by the combined bands of the Grenadier, Coldstream, Irish and Welsh Guards, to whom we say thank you very much. Is the tremendous precision, the tremendous organisation of a cup final. It's such a gala occasion, it's magnificent. Military bands, they come off. The players are already on to carry on with this, what is turning out to be a magnificent FA Cup final. Only 1 goal so far scored by Neil Young, number 10 of Manchester City. And the crowd have really had value for their money, but the organisation, entertainment, football, and all the gala pageantry of an FA Cup final. So to the second half, Manchester City to kick off How many more times is that ball going to go in the nets? Mr. McCabe waiting for the applause for the band to cease as the band goes into the players' tunnel. And Manchester City start the second half. 1-0 in the lead. Great difference, as I can see it, between these two teams is when Manchester City attack, they seem to have the ability to throw so many people up, whereas the Leicester attack never really has functioned on all 5 cylinders. Glover. That's good fighting for the ball by Fern. Magnificently as Manchester City have been playing, this final is by no means over. Nish to Clark, to Gibson, to Fern, number 7. No corner. All the ball must be over the line before it's out of play. Well, Fern did well to screw that in. Obviously, Frank O'Farrell has told Leicester, don't allow them to pressurise you. Keep going at them for a change. Rodriguez. Fern. Oh, there's no one around to help him. Oh, and I thought Lockheed was going to swing his boot. A brave boy was Tony Booth. Corner kick to Leicester. Tony Booth was very, very brave then, and Lockheed did well to hold his leg back. Corner. In-swinger from Gibson. Oh. Clark seemed to lose the ball in flight then. Bell, Young on his right. Nish. Through to Clark. Well, this is a change round from the first half. Roberts to Lockhead. Fouled. From behind by Booth. Free kick to Leicester, and Nish. Manchester defence coming out to try and get somebody offside. Rodriguez to Gibson, to Clark, to Fern, and Leicester playing some sparkling stuff now. In goes Lockhead. Clark. Offside against Glover. Then Glover, recovered from injury to play in this cup final, was taken off in the semi-final, you may remember. What great ball from Somerville to Oakes. Manchester's first attack of the second half to Coleman. Lockhead showed great determination then. Lockhead to Clark. Gibson moving up on the right, and it's a great ball to him. Gibson going over the ball, and it's a free kick to Manchester City. It's Tony Coleman limping away from that tackle. Number 3, Pardo, to take the free kick for Manchester City. Goal kick to Leicester City. 5 minutes of the second half gone. 1-0 for Manchester City. The second half. Much brighter one for Leicester. Still Manchester looking a very composed and a very efficient team. Doyle. Summerby on the right. Corner kick to Manchester City. Mike Summerby on his day, one of the most dangerous players in the business. No Manchester City player has gone up to pressurise the defence. In fact, only Coleman and Bell, number 8, in the box at the moment. Now, Oakes beginning to move up. Lee. Young to Pardo. Leicester's ball. Certainly. I don't think we were in any doubt from that appeal, were we? Fur. What a beautiful ball to Glover. Lockhead moving into the middle. Gibson's there. Clark is there. Clark. Lockhead. It's the goal. Andy Lockhead must be wondering now. 8 feet high, 8 yards wide, and how could I miss? Well, that's got the crowd really wondering when Leicester are going to take one of these chances. They've had 3 really good chances in the match so far. Of course, you can't take them all. That's Oakes. Manchester, who use the short ball so much, are so accurate though when they fling a long one. Summerby is pushing Nish in the chest. Free kick to the man who did the foul, Mike Summerby. David Nish, the man who was fouled, and he will take the free kick for Leicester City. Coleman to Young. It's Coleman again. Look, committed to cover him. He's got Rodriguez in reserve. And Rodriguez to Gibson. Beautiful one to Clark. Now to Fern. A young player, Fern, 20 years of age. Number 7, Fern. It's a good ball to Glover. Glover, who's had very little match practice since the semi-final, probably feeling the effects of it. Oh, Roberts. Bell was streaking clean through then. It was a desperate tackle by Roberts. Roberts being spoken to by the referee.
Change the play!
Here's Bell, and there's the tackle. Almost straight out of the Twickenham book, wasn't it? 10 minutes of the second half gone. Free kick now, as Bell is all right. Free kick to Manchester City, who lead 1-0. Now then. Teed up for Bell. Well, that was harmless enough. I thought maybe they would have tried to have given Francis Lee a shot, but instead they played it to Colin Bell. The wind rather blustery. It's blowing from left to right, the way that Leicester are kicking. And Leicester were no doubt facing it in the first half. Pushed by Rodriguez into the back. Number 11. Coleman. Oh, full marks to Mr. McCabe, incidentally, for the way he's controlled this game. The last game he'll referee because he retires after this. Lee, number 9. To Bell, Lee, and Willett read that beautifully. But splendid football by Manchester. See Lee pushing the ball, running forward, getting the return. It's all exciting stuff. Corner to Manchester City, going to be taken by Coleman. Nobody pressurising the goalkeeper. Doyle in the penalty box. Gibson, so far in this second half, this boy Clark has played a more forward role than he did in the first half. Roberts was forced to play a quick one, not a very accurate one. Glover. Number 2, Rodriguez. Great interception by this boy Pardo. Oh, Manchester have got it 3 against 2. To Somerby. Lee is waiting in the middle. Roberts gives away a corner. And he's hurt. He must have overstretched as he got to that ball. Well, Roberts seemed to have overstretched and got hurt his knee. Frank O'Farrell looking rather worried with Malcolm Musgrove on his right.
Oh no, not before. I think he's just twisted it a little bit. He's having treatment from George Preston now. He seems to be all right.
No question of bringing on any substitute.
Not at the moment, no.
So Roberts fit and well again. Somerby going to take the corner for Manchester City. Lee. And Gibson, space in which to start a break to number 10, Clark. Byrne was a bit slow off the mark then. Gould was much quicker than he was. Young. Coleman. Lee to Coleman. Manchester got all 5 forwards up, and in comes Bell. And that header was going like a bullet. What a goalkeeper Peter Shilton is. And what a header by Bell. He really ran onto that. It's Young to Lee to Bell to Young. And this could be turned the wrong way. Manchester City are beginning to buzz again as they did in the first half, trying all the time to keep the pressure on Leicester. Roberts. It's Glover going onto the right. Fern's gone into the middle. This boy, Booth, has held Lockhead so well. This youngster, Tommy Booth, who was struggling to keep in the reserve side this time last season. 15 minutes of the second half gone. Still 1-0 for Manchester City. Gibson to take the corner kick for Leicester. Lockhead! And that's why they say this man is one of the most dangerous fellows in the 6-yard box you could find anywhere. Really moved to that one. Dowd never even saw it. Those are the set pieces from which Leicester can snatch a goal. They showed in the semi-final that they can produce them out of almost nothing. Lee to Bell. Oh, what about that for football and ball control to Book? Coleman, Young in the middle. Lee. Well, you can laugh, but if he'd connected with that, I think he's hurt his head when he landed. Anyway, off go Leicester. Clark. Lockhead was running off the ball to try and create a space. And Lee is still down. Tony Book. Oh, Bell tried to put it out, so Lee could have the trainer. But it's Roberts to Clark. Lee now on his feet, holding his head. Gibson. Manchester's so much sharper now than Leicester. I don't think Summerby's quite that sharp. Like Summerby never really had much chance of getting that ball. But Manchester are quicker off the mark, they're thinking quicker, moving and getting so many of the interceptions. But Leicester still keeping at it, but the pressure's on them all the time. A handball, Roberts, free kick to Manchester. Number 6, Oakes. Number 8, Bell. Summerby to Bell. Glover. Leicester never seem to be able to push enough power up front to... You see, Manchester have got so many players back now, so Cross coming up to join in the fun. So Lockhead, I think Leicester need him in the middle. We've heard that Glover is feeling the effects of this so much that there is a chance he might be pulled off. Number 10 is Young to Pardo. Now Pardo, and he's got Young, number 10. Oh, Shelton again. This boys' reflexes are tremendous. Now here's Glover. Very hard to come back after no match practice and take part in a cup final. Excellent work by Book. No wonder Tony Book is smiling. Seem to be so many Manchester players around this pitch now. Lockhead, it's in play. This is caught. Well, it did catch Manchester, rather napping, but Leicester slowed it down. Glover. Glover to Gibson. They're playing it crab-wise, has given Manchester time to recover. And the Leicester trainer is on the far side on the touchline. Play on, says the referee. It's Coleman. That's the Leicester trainer, I think, trying to pass a message on to somebody. Twen 20 minutes gone of the second half. And the pressure's beginning to tell on Leicester. Summerby. And Glover is holding that leg of his. Took a long time to get up. And Glover looking very tired and very distressed about things. Now Bell playing the 1-2 ball with Lee. And look at this determination of Lee. Back to Summerby. Cross getting it away, but there's always a Manchester player there. It's almost murderous pressure. Young. And a great tackle by Ron Leeds. Glover is kneeling down. He's on his feet now, but he looks very unhappy. Now, Pardo. Number 11 is Coleman. Bell to Lee. Cross. And Lee was disgusted at that breakdown, but back comes City. It's almost one-way traffic now. And Leicester looking desperately tired. Sheer gallantry keeping them going at the back. As Glover trying to get in the game, but he's limping badly. Fern. A Summerby for City. For Manchester, that is. To Booth. To Lee. And Leicester want the trainer on the field. Yes, he's coming on. He's coming on to have a look. And here comes a substitute, Manley. Manley is going to come on. Manley is coming on. George Preston is going to take Glover off. And onto the field comes Manley. And there's Malcolm Manley. Well, he came on for Glover in the semi-final. Franco Farron must be a very
Why have
worried
you
man
made this
now.
substitution, Frank?
He's been feeling his going a little bit. He's a bit short in match practice as well, Peter. So we put a fresh man on, Malcolm Manley.
Will there be any change in tactics?
Maybe. Malcolm will play more in midfield, perhaps, and Crossley will probably push forward a little bit more.
So Francis Lee's still having attention. It's Malcolm Manley, he's a 19-year-old, he's a Scot. Francis Lee is all right again. A goal kick to Leicester. Had so much pressure, so many matches, so much fighting to stay in the first division. They're looking a very tired side now, but can Clark do it on his own? Clark to Gibson, cross, the number 6 has gone City will try and keep the pace on, I think. They've noticed that Leicester are looking tired. 20 minutes there is to go in this cup final. Summerby discarded shin pads and everything. Nish into Cross. Cross has moved into mid, and up comes Manley. And Bell back with the defence. As Tony Book is rolling in agony on the floor. Coleman for Manchester. On comes Dave Ewing, the Manchester City trainer, to have a look at Tony Book. And indeed, in that collision, Manley is injured too. So, that's...
Joe, how do you think the game's going now?
Well, like I anticipated, very, very hard indeed. You know, they're dying hard, aren't they? It's anybody's game up to now, I feel.
Joe, are you thinking of bringing on a substitute at all?
Well, we'll consider it. We're warming our substitute up at present. We'll just have a look for the next few minutes and see how it goes.
Book is still on the ground. I think it's going to be all right. Manley is fit. And I wonder whether you noticed when Joe Mercer was speaking, right behind Joe Mercer was the most disappointed man of all, John Sjoberg, who missed the final because of injury. He wasn't able to get fit in time to play for Leicester. Was Manley all right? Book all right? It's a throw-in, number 11. Coleman to take it for Manchester City. Lee. Yes, that was out. The linesman has flagged that it was out. It's a goal kick. Lee has worked very, very hard leading this Manchester attack. But it's almost cruel, the pressure that Manchester keep putting on. Their attack is so dominating. Give Leicester full marks. They really are gritting their teeth and sticking it. To throw Manley. Coleman back in defence. Bit of pressure on them, and managed to bring 9 men back in defence. Third. Rodriguez. Don't play it so quickly, son. Peter Rodriguez hit that ball much too quickly. Great throw to Bell. That is the Leicester end of the ground, mainly Leicester supporters. As their players grit their teeth, the supporters just bite their fingernails. Doyle, corner kick to Manchester City, won by Doyle. 7th corner for Manchester City. Nobody goes up. I think this one's going to be played back quickly to Tony Book. Yes. Offside. Coleman was caught offside by the defence coming out. So just 15 minutes. Leicester are going to snatch this equaliser. Grim determination. Oh, look at the referee's signal that he dived over the goalkeeper. You see, Leicester, when they look out, they suddenly get onto the feet and start. Most deceptive side. Say this in their credit, that most teams would have been completely beaten by now with the pressure Manchester put on. Great credit to Leicester. Away goes Cross. This is Clark to Manley. Roberts alongside him. Fern wanting it in the middle. Down he goes. Tripped by Oakes. Well, I wouldn't like to stand in that wall. Hook, Oakes, and Coleman and Lee. I think Roberts might have it teed up for him. He might take it himself. That's the shot from way at the far end. You know, the sort of shot Shilton will see. Roberts. Gibson. And up goes Pardo for Manchester. Summerby. I would have thought that ball had been well over the line, but the linesman says no. Well, Summerby being very brave, rolling his stockings down, discarding shin pads. He might never have worn them, but I'd hate to play with bare shins. Now it's Lee. Lee with a chance for City. It's the side netting. And Francis Lee, but Manchester have got a player hurt. It's Oakes. Yes, it's not Oates, it's Doyle, McDoyle. And here's Francis Lee with the chance. See how he sends Manley the wrong way and hits the real screamer. And how far is he wide? Just missed by about a few inches maybe. But notice Shilton covering that post beautifully. And that's what happens to you if you get a blow in the tummy, as McDoyle had. Sky's getting very dark now. Well, Leicester took the goal kick much too soon. They've got to go back and take it again. Well, Lee too. Now this might be cramp that's causing the players to roll their stockings down. Lee, Summerby, Roberts, Fern, they've all got the stockings rolled down. Well, the ground's a bit soft on top. It must be very, very tiring. Lockhead to Gibson. Manley. Fern. Clark is offside. Clark is offside. Again, you see, all right, it might be offside. Clark might have been caught offside, but they're there, these Leicester players. When they have the slightest chance, they suddenly bob up from nowhere. Cross to Roberts. And comes Clark again. Oakes for Manchester City. Tony Coleman and Summerby taking over. Bell. Rodriguez read that beautifully. Clark across to Gibson. The way Leicester are playing, it really is inconceivable they should be in any danger of going into the second division. Number 8, Gibson. Lee. It's Coleman and Bell moving elegantly on his right. 10 minutes left. And Leicester bounding back again. Lockhead. Clark versus Young Bull. Notice how Clark ran in front to try and screen the ball. And Lee is flat out on his face, but the game is going on without him. It's Clark. Boy, Bull has played so well in the Manchester defence. It's out of play, and Lee is going to get the attention he appears to need so dearly. Ooh. Whatever it is, it must be very painful. It's his ankle, obviously.
Joe, how's the game going now, particularly in view of the injuries that seem to be coming up?
There's a few injuries coming up. I think we've got to control the middle of the park. I think this is what we've got to try and do now. Control the middle of the park and play it out to the wings. This is the answer now.
I don't know whether our watch agrees with the signal we got then from Peter Blakey, the Manchester City physiotherapist. 10 minutes, we say is probably right, including injury time. Leicester was anxious to get on with this game, but the time will be added on. Well, Lee's as tough as they come, but seem to have a painful crack. Well, Leicester seem to say it's going to be a free kick. It is a free kick going to be taken by Nish. Roberts for Leicester. Rodriguez way up there with the attack. Leicester know that time is running out, but what a finish they're making of it. Cross to Clark. Doyle to Book. Oh, this is lovely football to see a team playing someone in trouble like that. It's an error by Coleman in the end, though. Still the determination of Doyle. That's number 9, Lee. To Young. Taking it the wrong way, to wrong foot the defence. Summerby, and again Shilton's there. Coleman tripped by Cross. Dangerous position in which to concede a free kick. Coleman, in goes Summerby, and it's a corner kick. Shilton did well. He was under pressure from behind by Summerby. He had to go for the ball. Always a difficult one for the goalkeeper to take. Young to take the corner kick. And away goes Roberts for Leicester. Lockhead. Back to Roberts. Rodriguez had to do that to create a bit of space for himself. There was nothing else he could do. Young was offside. It's So just 5 minutes from the end of this final. And Leicester fighting grimly for the equaliser. Young, again offside. This really has been a nail-biter of a final. There's been so much good football, so much excitement. Quite a bit of injury time, so it's quite a way to go yet. And I think Gibson's foot was caught, then he's gone down in pain. Young to Coleman. And Gibson has hobbled off the pitch so that he could never be caught offside. Must have hurt him to do it, but full marks to him. Now Clark to Manley. Manley to Clark. Cross. Number 6, Graham Cross. And Gibbs is back on. He's in pain, but he's got himself fit again. Near the end of a cup final, he can't afford to have any luxuries of medical treatment. I don't think anybody in that crowd would believe that this is really over yet. Superb performance by Manchester City, but what a display of courage and determination by Leicester. Summerby. 3 minutes to go. And these 22 players have given everything to this match. Summerby's moved into an offside position. He's all right now, though. Bell to Summerby. So Manchester City can control this game now. They must keep possession for the remaining few minutes. Lee. Oh, it's deflected. Could have been a naughty one. And it's Nish, I think. Is it Nish who's down? No, it's Roberts, isn't it? And just watch this deflection. And it was a bad fall as much as anything that did Roberts. Nearly caught Shilton off guard. It hit Roberts on the back and he fell so badly. Not including 2 minutes, not including stoppages, 2 minutes to go. Without wishing anybody any harm, I must say I've enjoyed this cup final so much I wouldn't mind extra time. Corner to Manchester City. Book for Manchester City. And Cross giving away a free kick. Graham Cross, he's played his heart out. While Coleman. The Manchester City fans have already decided it's all over now. 1 minute there is to go, not counting injury time. Free kick to Manchester. Book finding Lee, number 9. Summerby back to Book, who wants it close to him. Yes, they can play this keep ball if they do it like this. On another foul. And you see, Manchester City have got Leicester in a position now, and Leicester can't break out of it. And these seconds are ticking away. Manchester can take the time about this now. It's Doyle who's going to take it. Really, this, the way City of Manchester are playing it, this could be academic. 45 minutes are up. We now play injury time. The linesmen have both signalled 45 minutes up. It's injury time now. Manchester City, champions last season, look as if they're going to be cup winners this season. And it's all over. The FA Cup, a great performance. They have played so wonderfully, but Leicester City have been such tremendous opposition. And that's the joy of Manchester City. Disappointed they didn't gain the championship. Joe Mercer ambling on now, but what a great final this has been. And Joe sportingly congratulates Mr. McCabe and David Nish, the Leicester captain. That shows you the true sportsman Joe Mercer is. This certainly the best cup final for a long, long, long time. Manchester City played beautiful football. Leicester matched this with grit and determination. They weren't as good a team football-wise. There's Joe. Joe Mercer must be terribly happy. And Mike Summerby, who made that goal. He made the goal that made the cup possible. And Joe, no doubt, saying, that's what I kept telling you to do. And Manchester City now go up to receive the FA Cup. They played brilliantly. They were a better footballing side than Leicester, but Leicester deserved full marks for their determination. They stuck to their grim task, and they created chances. They didn't take them, but certainly it was a performance of which all Leicester can be proud. But now the FA Cup on show as Manchester City go up to receive it, led by Tony Book. A worthy victory. And what a happy man. Footballer of the Year along with Dave Mackay. Skipper of the cup-winning side. He's almost too tired to get up there. Receiving the trophy from Her Royal Highness the Princess Anne. It's behind Her Royal Highness the Leicester City chairman, who must be proud of his team. Well done, Tony Book. Behind him, Harry Dowd. And Mr. Alexander, the Manchester City chairman, right on the left. That's Mr. Alexander, a great old man of football who's done so much for the game. Harry Dowd. Glenn Pardo, the number 3 behind the goalkeeper. Then Mick Doyle. And the crowd celebrating as much as the players will be. Mick Doyle talking to Oakes and then Lee. And Neil Young, the man who got the goal that won the cup, behind him Coleman. And they all look very tired because, by Jiminy, Leicester have made them go all the way. Tommy Gould, Colin Bell and Mike Summerby. He looks happy enough. The substitute Connor and David Nish, captain of the gallant Leicester City side. And no praises too high. Peter Rodrigues, Andy Lockhead. But no need to be ashamed, these Leicester City players. They put up a great performance. Len Glover had to go off. Peter Shilton just making certain it's there. Graham Cross, Davy Gibson, Alan Clark, and George McCabe, the referee, who's refereed this game magnificently. And Manchester City sportingly applauding Leicester City as they come onto the arena. I've never seen that before, and it's magnificent to see Manchester City applauding their gallant opponents, their very worthy opponents. After all, it takes 2 teams to make a great cup final. This was a great cup final, so full marks to both teams. Sheffield Wednesday did a lap of honour, and I reckon Leicester City should after this performance. First of all, the national anthem, we await the 3 officials to line up with the players for the national anthem at the end of a really splendid FA Cup final. I think the smile from Princess Anne, I think she heard some of the Manchester fans singing, "God save our gracious team." Now, unfortunately, the Leicester players are just walking to the dressing room. And my goodness, they deserve far more than that. And sportingly, even the Manchester fans are applauding them. Manchester get ready for the lap of honour. But the Manchester City supporters are rising to the Leicester players as they go on. And Frank O'Farrell, the man who's done so much for this club, he must be proud of them today. And look at, and those are predominantly Manchester City supporters giving Leicester City a tremendous but nevertheless well-deserved ovation. But now the victors prepare for what is always a wonderful sight at Wembley, the lap of honour. Up goes Tony Book with the cup. Mick Doyle, I think, is the strong man. Yes, it looks like Mick. How would you like to be a press photographer when your editor says, "Get me some good pictures of the cup winners"? Tony Book in the background, up at the top, the press box. Well, fancy playing for 90 minutes, so a great match, and now being told you've got to run round, and I think they want Joe Mercer to take part in the lap of honour. And Malcolm Allison. It's Malcolm Allison they want. And they want Joe Mercer too. Malcolm Allison, the first time I think he's ever taken orders from the players. And Joe Mercer. Debuting as well. And off starts the lap of honour. Oaks and Book holding the cup. And wonderful to see the joy of these lads as they bring it round. Joe Mercer's not going round with them. Perhaps those bandy legs of his couldn't carry him a lap of this pitch. We'll wait till he hears about that one. And the Leicester supporters rising to Manchester City. This really is great to see the opposing supporters paying just tribute to the opposition. And the Leicester supporters applaud, wave their banners, wave their scarves. It's great to see, just as the Manchester supporters did for Leicester City. Cup final of which both teams can be truly proud. Carried out, and David Connor, the substitute,